Hello, and here we are for round 1 of the F1 2018 modded career mode, and we're going to be driving as Max Verstappen. So of course he hasn't had the best start to the real 2018 season, but we're going to see if we can actually get a good start in this one. We're going to be using the 2018 mod by Chris Dix and the augmented HUD mod from Alex35 Zombie. But you can see there at the front row it will be both Mercedes, Hamilton 2.5 tenths ahead of Bottas. The second row will be both Ferraris, Vettel just ahead of Raikkonen. Then it will be both Red Bulls, so I actually got out-qualified by my teammate. Then Grosjean, then Hulkenberg, then the two McLarens, then then Magnussen, then Sainz, then Gasly, then Perez, then Hartley, then Leclerc, then Ocon, then Ericsson, then Sorokin, then Stroll. So the Williams not really qualifying that well, and neither Ocon for that matter, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys get on in the race. Meanwhile, we're going to be starting from 6th, just behind our teammate, and yeah, it's really 2x2 at the front, with both Mercedes looking out the front row to begin the season. So yeah, we're just going to see if we can spoil the party up front, and here we are now from 6th. 5 lights, and away we go for the beginning of the season. You can see there's quite a mediocre start by us. We actually get a really good second phase of the lock launch, and we're going to go down the inside of Ricciardo, around the outside of Raikkonen. We're going to go up the inside of Vettel as well. We're going to go thread the needle between two Ferraris, and straight away we're up into 3rd. So a really good start there from 6th to 3rd, and it's exactly what we needed. And we're actually going to skip on to a bit later that lap. We're not wasting any time now getting up the inside of Bottas. So yeah, from 6th we're already looking like we can get 2nd, but you can see already Lewis Hamilton getting well off into the lead, so it's going to be quite hard if we're going to pursue him. So we're going to have to make this move quite quickly. We're actually going to go around the outside of Bottas. We're going to try it for that matter, but he manages to hold on to the position. So we're just going to bide our time. I mean, we've got 15 laps to overtake him. We're going to try to see if we can overtake. We're going to go to the inside. We're going to try to throw it up the inside, and there we go. We're just going to leave the space, but actually Bottas outbrakes us. So we're going to have to go on the second phase of the corner. We managed to accelerate him a bit, but we're going to have to go a tight line for this corner. And there goes Bottas around the outside. He's completely got us. And we're going to have to throw it up the inside now. And we finally got the position after about half a lap of battling. So very good battling up there. So yeah, what I'm planning to sort of do, this is going to be sort of a practice sort of races for my league racing. So I'm not going to hold back at all. And yeah, you can see there straight away getting in as many positions as I can. So now up to 2nd. We're beginning to pull a gap now to Bottas, actually going purple on lap 4 there. So sorry, lap 3 there. So yeah, we are beginning to close in Hamilton slowly but surely, but yeah, of course the Mercedes is much faster than the Red Bull at this early stage of the game. So we're just seeing if we can begin to close him down. But you can see now as we head on to lap 6, we're going to pin off into the pits, and the gaps actually remains almost the same, if not Hamilton has been stretching us a bit, and Bottas has been closing in slightly. But you can see now here comes me and Hamilton into the pits. We're actually going to slot in right ahead of him, but of course we have to go into our pit box now. Hopefully you held him up a bit, but you can see now we've been held up by Vettel. So Vettel's in 6th place, yeah, him coming into the box has slowed us down a bit. You can see we've got a slightly slower pit stop than usual, and we lost a tiny bit of ground to Hamilton, but it's going to be interesting to see how we get through traffic. You can see that's actually Hartley on the left hand side who's just got past us, and we're going to come out just ahead of Hulkenberg and Vettel. So you see now there's a few more people pit. Yeah, we're just going to head up, and you can see on the right hand side there's going to be Bottas. We're going to just about jump him, so we were held up a bit and we lost a bit of time to Bottas. But you can see now this is Hamilton. He's just managed to get past Hartley, and sure enough, half a lap later we've caught up to Hartley. So it's going to be really crucial that we manage to get past him quickly if we want to actually pursue Hamilton and get a win from 6th on the grid. We can see we actually boxed in behind Hartley, and that's not going to do our tyre wear or us any favours. And it's actually going to take us to the end of the lap when we're going to put it up the inside. But you can see Hamilton's now getting held up by Sainz, so this is our chance really if we can just gain on Hamilton. And you can see we actually get the DRS off of Hartley, so he managed to time that move to perfection. And again, getting the DRS on the second straight because it's a double DRS straight. But you can see now there is Hamilton up the inside of Sainz, and that's him up into 1st place. Meanwhile, you can see Sainz now going to actually try to compromise our run, trying to take the middle of the track. It hasn't given them a good exit. We're going to go around his outside and just trying to dispatch him quickly so we can actually pursue Hamilton, because of course we want to try to get a win on the first race of the season. I mean, Australia is actually an alright track for me, so it'd be quite good if we could start on a win. And sure enough, we managed to close in Hamilton by lap 11, so we were actually going really fast on the super softs, and yeah, we actually managed to keep gaining in. So this car showing really good pace, and it puts me in good stead for Sunday when AOR begins, because I've actually had quite good pace around this track. But you can see now we're going to try to do the cutback on Hamilton. We're actually going to get a good run on him, and that's actually going to put us up into the lead. So yeah, slotting in ahead of Hamilton. He's now in 2nd, but of course Mercedes has a much faster straight line speed, so it's not over and done by any means. But you can see, yeah, there's Hamilton right behind us. You can see now we're think it's Raikkonen, who's actually got a bit of an issue. And yeah, he's got a puncher, so he's going to be losing a lot of time there. So that's not going to do Ferrari any good whatsoever. And you can see by the end of the lap, you can see Raikkonen's all the way down in 19th place. He's already a lap down. So yeah, this has been terrible for Ferrari, who we're probably going to look for a constructors this year. So but meanwhile, we've got bigger things to worry about, because there goes Hamilton around the outside. We tried to defend the line, but the Mercedes just able to break a bit later than us. We're going to try to force him onto the curbing, but again, he's having none of it. We're having to brake incredibly late, sort of a Ricciardo-esque move, and a bit of lag to top it off, but we managed to defend around the outside. But yeah, Hamilton definitely going for the win, and being much more feisty than he actually was in the actual Australian Grand Prix. And yet again, on the last lap, we're going to have to go defensive again. We're going to park it in the middle of the track, a bit like we did to Wattmaster in the THL League. And you can see, managing to defend really well. Of course, we managed to park it in the centre of the track. It's very hard for both AI and human drivers to get past, so that's what you have to sort of try to do when you're defending. But yeah, we actually managed to build a bit of a gap now to Hamilton, but still, yeah, he is right behind us, so he managed to catch that up really quickly. And you can see there's more yellow flags, and that's Gasly who's out. We just passed him, so yeah, not really good news for the Honda boys down at Toro Rosso. But you can see now we've managed to defend from Hamilton, and that's probably going to be his last main threat. And so we're going to cross the line to take a win from 6th on the grid, and that's a very good start to the season. We were kept honest by Hamilton, and it actually didn't look like we had the pace, but on the super softs we were just able to gain on him and eventually overtake him. You can see the rest of the positions: Bottas from Vettel, from Ricciardo. So yeah, Red Bull having a really good start to the season, which is definitely what we need. So yeah, you're just seeing Christian Horner looks very happy, and so does Verstappen for that matter, winning the first race of the season. Very much different to his real life, where he actually only came, I think it was 6th or 7th. So yeah, very good start for us, and yeah, the Red Bull boys seem to be happy. Stroll, yeah, Stroll and the Williams boys, yeah, 17th and 8th, well, I think 16th and 17th, which wasn't that good. Last of the non-finishes. So as we head on to the driver standings, you can see we're actually at the top, and it's just basically the race standings. Hamilton 2nd, Valtteri Bottas in 3rd, then Vettel, then Ricciardo. Both Haas actually doing really well in 6th and 7th, much like their real life performance in Australia before they both DNF'd. You can see Van Dorn's in 8th, Perez 9th, and Hartley 10th. As we head on to the constructors, you can see Red Bull actually have a narrow lead over Mercedes, thanks to my win. And Haas have now actually got a narrow lead over Ferrari. So Ferrari all the way down in 4th place. So they're having a sort of a start of the season that Red Bull had. And of course the others were just McLaren, Force India, and Toro Rosso. So if you actually have a look at the full race standings, you can see we only won by 10th over Hamilton in the end. Even so, a bit of showboating over the line probably lost us a bit of time. You can see, yeah, we gained a lot of positions off the start. And as you go down, you can see Alonso, who had quite a bad race. He actually came to blows with Sainz during the middle of the race. And yeah, that didn't help him. But yeah, that's going to be it. And see you next time in Bahrain.